Hi, my name is Savannah, and I have a 4-year-old son named Foster. My son, ever since he was about 2 years old, we've been keeping track of him and his symptoms because behaviorally he's acting like a child on the autism spectrum. He's had a speech delay ever since I can remember. We've had him in therapies for several years. He attends a special education preschool right now, and we're on a wait list to get him tested for autism spectrum disorder. And as a mom, it's been quite the journey, and coming to terms with the fact that my son needs a little bit of extra help to function. I've tried so many things to try and help him out. We did the Nemechek protocol since about last June or July, so for quite a while now. And I remember it seemed to work for quite a while, a little bit. Just like anything, it seemed to work a little bit, and then we didn't see much more than that. We get excited, we get our hopes up, and then his behavior would just kind of even out and nothing would improve. And who knows if it was the product or if it was just him developing over time. So I thought that I would give it another shot, try something else to help him. Since we're all home right now for the COVID-19 pandemic, I have a lot more time and room to help him grow with just me and him at home and his brother. So I decided to give the All-Star Nutrition probiotic a shot. So we started a little over 2 weeks ago on this probiotic. Now, previously we had him on the Nemechek protocol, which was inulin and fish oil and extra virgin olive oil. So I still am giving him the fish oil because I still think it's very beneficial on its own for his cognitive growth. So instead of inulin, though, I started using this probiotic once a day. I would do half a scoop because he's only 4. And I just put it in his chocolate milk, as he loves in the morning. I give him a little Pediasure because he's so picky. So I mix it in with his chocolate milk and give it to him in the morning. No issues there. I don't think he can tell any differences with the flavor. The first couple of days, I remember his bowel movements started to get more regular, which is great because he's never been regular. Even when he was a tiny baby, we had problems with that, trying to get him to be regular. So he started going more often with his bowel movements, and then after about a week or so, my husband and I noticed some behavioral changes. He started to get what I would call a little more naughty. He was getting into stuff that he never tried to get into before. We'd tell him no, and he'd give me a look, and then he'd do it. But to me, that was an increase in his cognition because he never thought of getting into this trouble before. He just was kind of in his own little bubble. He would just kind of stay out of it, but stay out of that kind of trouble as well. So he was starting to realize, hey, I have the ability to do this, and I'm going to do it. So a lot of mixed feelings with the behavior, but we started noticing pretty quickly after that, his speech got more complex. He's always used like one-word sentences or phrases, or crying, just completely crying, just to get his way. When he was hungry, he would say milk or he'd cry. So we started noticing him using 2 to 3 word sentences all of a sudden, and we've been trying to get him to do this for years now with therapy. He's been saying, I want. He's been asking me pull in, like to move something, or pull out to move it out, which he's never done before, and he's always been exposed to this language, so it wasn't from a lack of exposure. It's like all of these things we've been trying to teach him that he's been soaking up for all these years, he's finally starting to verbalize. So we've noticed just an explosion with his speech. A couple of days ago, we were playing Play-Doh, and he looked at what he made and went, wow, it's amazing. The fact that he used a descriptive word was amazing itself. So, and this is behavior we've never seen before. So that's been pretty cool to see develop. He's just overall been fixating on his toys a little bit less. He's always been fixated on lights and the alphabet. And while he still loves those things, he's getting bored for the first time in his life with playing with light switches, which has never happened. Usually he'll pull up a chair next to the light switch and just turn it on and off and say, turn on, turn off, over and over again, and that's what he wants to do all day, which is fine, and I let him, but he's been getting bored now. He walks away and does something else because it's not as fun, which to me is a development. He's learning, hey, maybe I'm interested in some other things now. So I'll continue to record what I'm noticing with him, and I don't know what's correlated with us being home more during this pandemic or not, but there seems to be a correlation with the probiotics, so I'm pretty excited, and I'm excited to see where this goes as well.